My favorite memory about football was the first time I ever tailgated, like ever in my life, and it was just exciting. I hated waking up early, but it was just exciting to do something new, and I just like the atmosphere, like you can feel the spirit in the air, and it was cool to meet new people because I went to a random tailgate, not like someone I knew. And then I feel like I never liked football as much until I came here and went to my first game, and then I got more into it because I just like the atmosphere, the intensity of the game. It's just fun because, I don't know, there's something about sports and being surrounded by hundreds of people feeling the same way, being excited. My favorite memory was the first time I played Ohio State, because that was probably the one game where everyone's just the most excited I've ever seen, and just beating them was, just the feeling was different, you know. I say for friendships, football games is a good way to build on them, because it's one of those things like, hey, do you want to go to the games together? And then you end up tailgating together. So it's just like you spend more time together. So I guess your friendships end up getting stronger. And then when you think of football, it's like like a win. It's like an excuse to keep going to the game. So you want to go again with your friends, make new friends. It's just a good excuse to do something with people.
So I remember my first football game. I had just moved to Blacksburg, and I was like, where the heck am I? And we walk into Lane Stadium, and we have some nosebleeds, but the stadium is completely packed, and it's an Orange Effect game. And I was probably like 12 at the time. And we're just sitting next to the nicest college students, and they were so into the game. We won the game, and I don't remember who we played, but I remember distinctly the person behind us being like, oh, you're new to Blacksburg? Because they overheard me talking to like my parents, and they were like, yo, we just scored a touchdown, let's raise you up. And so my very first football game, I got thrown in the air like 7 times, and it was just really great. And that's actually how I decided that I wanted to go to Virginia Tech after high school and all that jazz.
For me, football goes beyond just a sport. It's, as a huge fan of it, it's an escape from the real world. On Saturdays and Sundays during the fall, everything that's going on in your personal life that might not be good, or distractions or stresses, you can just tune them away and just watch football and focus on a sport that is uniquely American, a sport that is just chaotically beautiful. And I just think it's a beautiful thing. Back when I was a kid, when I first started playing football, it was because of Michael Vick. Watching things he did on the football field, I said I want to be Michael Vick. And of course I was not as talented as Michael Vick. Not many people ever are or were, but that was my first dream as a kid, was to play football and be the superstar that Michael Vick was. And that's what got me into Virginia Tech. And I was even a Falcons fan when I was a kid, just because of Michael Vick. But then I realized I didn't really have the skill set to be that football player. So I just watched tons of ESPN and read tons of sports articles, and I just knew football was what I wanted to revolve my life around and my career around. So now I'm coming to Virginia Tech, which has been the only school I've ever wanted to come to, and I owe that to the football program. Because without that, I would have never been a huge fan of the school. I probably wouldn't have really tried to come here as much. But now I'm studying journalism here, so I can be a sports writer. And I write for the Collegiate Times for the sports section, and I mainly just cover football. And yeah, football is just a major part of my life.